This one. Right, so basically the kind of understanding of this program is that it wasn't 100% correct. There are some errors in the code here, alright? What we've got here is, first of all, remember when we do trace tables that whenever you see this symbol, it needs to be here somewhere, alright? So this table here, anytime something is assigned, alright, it needs to be put into this table. So to start off with, count, alright, is 0. Alright, count is 0. I is 0. Alright, but look here, person is assigned names I. Well, because I is 0, alright, what is the person going to be? The value of I is 0, so names I, what's names I? Names 0. Names 0 is Natalie. Natalie is assigned to person. Right, there's no more assignment. Alright, let's move to the next line. Output. Again, we don't put outputs here unless it says output in the table. Then it says J is 0 to 1. Well, look, J has been assigned 0 to begin with. Alright? So J has been assigned 0. Alright? Output, J plus 1. That's an output. It's not a table. Alright? It's not an assignment. It's an output. But then it says, what's the value of result? Result is I times 3. What's I times 3? We're still on the first one. What's I times 3? Plus J. What's the value of J? 0. Okay. So, what is the scores going to be? Yeah, because look, we're looking at this is a position of an array. So, when we work that sum out at this point, the value is 0. So at first, scores 0 is, that is why it's about being careful. I understand when we're in an exam situation, we're freaking out, we're nervous, but you've got to take your time to read this because one number goes wrong and your algorithm comes out the wrong way. And it can affect the whole rest of your trace table. If the number at the beginning is wrong, the rest of it's going to be wrong later on down the line. So now, we've done that, but look what happens to count. Count goes up by 1. Count plus 1. Alright? Don't forget, we've got 2 loops going on here now. Alright? We haven't finished this one yet. We haven't finished this loop. The common mistake was that some people went straight back to this one, but this has still got 1 rotation left on it. So, the value of I didn't actually change. We're still inside this loop. Alright? The name's still not changed. Alright? But the value of J goes up by 1. What does the value of J now become? Okay. So what is going to happen here? I times 3 is still 0. Plus J plus 1. Which is going to give us scores 1, which is 81, yes. Remember, this algorithm is incorrect. Some people read it and looked at these and was like, oh, it's going to be Natalie, 78, 81, 72. Oh, you just wrote what it should be instead of reading it carefully. We're going to go a little bit further on this, all right? Let's go again. So now we've finished this rotation here. We've finished this loop. So what's going to happen next? We've not done one thing yet. What have we not done yet? Because we've done that. What happens now? Count goes up by 1. Count's gone up to 2 now. Alright? So, that rotation's finished. Alright? Bump, bump. Now we're going to go back. So I now goes up by 1. So I was 0, so it's now 1. What's the value of person? 1, which is Alex. What's the value of J? We started a new loop again because it's the next person. So again, it's going to be 0. Alright. What's the value? Here. I is now 1 times 3, which is 3 plus J is 0. So what have we ended up with? 0, 1, 2, 3 is 27. Just by reading your array wrong and starting at 1, it's going to throw your answer out. So that some people had 72 in there or other numbers. Okay, we're going to go to the next one now. Alright, so we're now still inside this loop. The value of I does not go up, but we did have the count go up to 3. That doesn't change. Alright, we've got Alex in there. That doesn't change. That doesn't change. The value of J goes up by 1 now because we're in this loop. Alright, but again, we've got I times 3. What's 1 times 3? 3. Plus, what's the value of J? 1, which is 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is why that was 51. I'm going to stop that there, but you should be able to see where there were common mistakes. Basically, people were focusing on that loop. That was a common error. Or people went too far on that one. As soon as you get into this loop, you focus on finishing that one first before you come back to that one. Finish your inner loop before you go to that one that you started with. That is the rule of thumb when it comes to looking at iterative algorithms, okay? Hopefully that's helped a little bit.